Unstoppable. What the world's most relentless people do differently. Some people don't slow down, even when it hurts, even when no one's watching, even when everyone else would have stopped. What makes them different? Introduction: why some people just won't stop. It's not talent. It's not luck. It's not even motivation. It's a decision, a mindset, a brutal, quiet discipline that never negotiates with comfort. Some people move through fire. They sharpen their focus. They rise, not because life is easy, but because they decided something most people never do. I will not negotiate with my potential. This isn't about being gifted. It's about being relentless. Think about those who rise from absolute rock bottom. Not once, but again and again. The ones who've been counted out, forgotten, dismissed, and still came back stronger. They weren't lucky. They were ready to suffer for their mission. Bethany Hamilton got back on her board with one arm. Edison failed 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. They weren't waiting for ideal conditions. They moved anyway. You don't need an easier life. You need a stronger decision. Stop waiting for circumstances to align. Start aligning your mind to rise anyway. So ask yourself, what would your life look like if you stopped needing things to be perfect before taking action? Chapter 1. They embrace pain as part of the process. Pain isn't a barrier. It's the entrance ticket. Unstoppable people don't flinch when it hurts. They lean in. Most people run when discomfort appears. But the relentless see pain as proof they're moving in the right direction. Muhammad Ali once said, "I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion." Picture a blacksmith hammering a blade. Each strike, each flame, each moment of intense heat. It's painful but necessary for strength. That's how they treat pain, not as punishment, but refinement. Every time pain shows up, they ask, what is this trying to teach me? Pain is a signal, not a stop sign. The moment you stop fearing pain, you stop being controlled by it. So here's your reflection. What discomfort are you avoiding right now? That might actually be your growth zone. Chapter 2. They don't wait for permission. Most people wait. They wait until they feel more confident, until they think they're ready, until someone tells them, you're good enough. The unstoppable don't wait. They act while they're still uncertain. They launch before they feel prepared. They speak up even when their voice shakes. They don't wait for a title or a degree or applause, because they know the world rewards momentum, not hesitation. Waiting for permission is just a sophisticated form of fear, a way to hide behind someone else's validation. Steve Jobs didn't wait to be certified to lead a tech revolution. He started in a garage. Oprah Winfrey was told she wasn't fit for television. She didn't wait for the industry to accept her. She made it impossible to ignore her. Unstoppable people choose themselves. They declare, I'm not here to be chosen. I'm here to show up, and keep showing up until it's undeniable. They don't knock on doors. They build their own. So let me ask you, what part of your life is on pause right now because you're still waiting for someone else to say it's okay? Stop waiting. You are the green light. Chapter 3. They obsess over the basics. The relentless don't chase shiny distractions. They master the basics, then they do it again, and again, and again. While others are searching for shortcuts, they're drilling the fundamentals until they become second nature. Kobe Bryant would spend hours practicing simple footwork. No cameras, no fans, just repetition. Obsession. Refinement. Because he knew when the pressure is high and everything breaks down, only the basics will hold you up. The unstoppable don't get bored with repetition. They fall in love with it. They don't ask, what's new? They ask, how can I go deeper into what already works? Success isn't built by doing more. It's built by doing less, but doing it better than anyone else. They treat the basics like sacred ground, because that's where the real advantage is. So ask yourself, what basic skill or habit are you neglecting that could change everything if you just mastered it? Chapter 4. They fail publicly and keep going. Most people fail once and disappear. They take the hit, feel the shame, and retreat into silence. But the unstoppable? They fail loudly. On stage, in public, in front of friends, critics, and strangers. And then they show up again. Not despite the failure, but because of it. They don't see failure as the end. They see it as proof they were in the arena. Think of J.K. Rowling, rejected by a dozen publishers. Think of Michael Jordan, cut from his high school basketball team. They didn't shrink. They recalibrated. And then they got back to work. The relentless know that every successful person has a trail of failures behind them. The difference? They just never stopped. They don't fear being wrong. They fear wasting their potential by staying invisible. And when they fall, they don't ask, "Why me?" They ask, "What now?" So here's the real question. What would you attempt if you were no longer afraid of looking like a failure in front of others? Because that moment, when you stop hiding, that's when your real momentum begins. Chapter 5. They don't need motivation. They have systems. Motivation is nice, but it's unreliable. It fades. It fluctuates. It depends on mood, weather, and how much sleep you got. The unstoppable don't rely on motivation. They build systems. They don't ask themselves, "Do I feel like doing this today?" They follow the plan, whether they feel like it or not. Their habits are non-negotiable. Their schedule is sacred. Their actions are not emotional. They're programmed, because they know discipline beats motivation. Every single time. Think of someone training for a marathon. They don't skip the long run just because it's raining. They go anyway. That's a system. James Clear said it best. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Unstoppable people don't wait to feel inspired. They get up. They show up. They do the work. And that creates inspiration. So ask yourself, are you still waiting to feel motivated? Or are you ready to build something that works, even on your worst days? Because when the world feels chaotic, your system is your anchor. Chapter 6. They act even when no one believes in them. The most relentless people in the world have often been ignored, underestimated, laughed at. But they don't need you to believe in them. They've already decided who they are. They don't wait for external validation. They move with internal conviction, even when it's lonely, even when no one claps, even when everyone doubts. Think of Elon Musk, ridiculed for launching electric cars and rockets, or Lady Gaga, told she'd never make it because she was too weird. They didn't ask for acceptance. They demanded space by taking it. When no one believes in you, you have two choices, shrivel or sharpen. The unstoppable sharpen. They let doubt become their fuel. They let silence become their fire. And they let disbelief become the soundtrack of their next breakthrough. Because they know something the rest don't. Your worth is not a group decision. And belief, real belief, starts with you. So here's the question. What would you dare to do if no one else's opinion had the power to stop you? Conclusion, becoming unstoppable is a choice. You don't need to be born gifted. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need everyone to believe in you. You need one thing, a decision. The decision to show up, to keep moving. To take one more step when everything says stop. Being unstoppable isn't about energy. It's about alignment. Aligning with the version of you that refuses to quit. You won't always feel ready. You won't always feel strong. But that's not the point. The point is, you keep showing up anyway. You build consistency in the dark. You build resilience through repetition. You build power by refusing to break. That's what makes you unstoppable. So here's your final question. Are you still waiting for the perfect moment? Or are you ready to become the kind of person who doesn't stop, no matter what? Because unstoppable isn't a personality. It's a choice.